What's up with the fam? Thank you for tuning in to BYOB. Well, we believe the Bible's basic instruction before leaving earth. Watch this. Well, we are preparing a bridge between the believer and the Bible. We understand what God's trying to do.
Oh, he got something new. Come on, give me a
look. So go in so we can be locked in and do what it is that God has assigned and purpose and plan for our life. That's our goal, and that's why we're here. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you share. Tell somebody that BYOB is live.
Lit and local.
Hey, go ahead. Come on, Francesca. I see you, Nikki.
All right. So, guys, I was reading last night and I called him and I was talking to him about my reading and I just really enjoy it. So I'm excited about who we're going to talk about today because I thought it was pretty good.
Come on now.
So let's get into it. Y'all see, like, I'm loving these digital backdrops we have. Our theme for the entire month of November is Kingdom Over Everything with the subtitle Total Surrender.
What
does that mean? What does that look like? Well, since we have launched this BYOB series back in January, we started with, I'm going to say The Pursuit of Happiness. That's a movie.
Hey, but
Joyce Meyer.
That's how we started though.
Joyce Meyer, Your Purpose.
Purpose life.
Purpose-driven life. Oh, bless his name. Rick Warren.
Somebody.
Listen, I couldn't get it out and I didn't have my help. Y'all see that, right?
I got you.
My help. But we started off with purpose-driven life. We navigated from purpose-driven life into what is discipleship. Like, how do I walk in my call and how do I draw others with that? So that they can walk, in their call. We talked about growing in Christ and making sure that our roots were grounded in fertile, good foundation or soil. We went from that into talking about, I'm going to go straight to last month, how our gifts are dope, but where are our fruit? But every lesson that we have navigated through from January up until this point has been to get us to realign our focus, right? We are to be disciples and to draw people and help cultivate other people for this kingdom, right? So that process can just replicate and we can just draw more and more people. But I think we have difficulty with that sometimes because I think, at least for me, when I think about discipling, or when I used to think about discipling, I thought I kind of mixed it with evangelism, like going to that door to door knocking. Yeah. I was like, baby, ain't nobody got time for that because you knock on the wrong door, see the wrong thing.
Come on, now.
We knocked on the door one time and the dog came running out, and I just took off, left my baby in the stroller. I was running for my life. So
life changing.
I think because life be life, and in whatever way it does, sometimes our perception of what discipleship is can be tainted. So we wanted to walk you through, hold your hand, share life experiences, use biblical application to talk about what discipleship is, what it looks like, to reignite the passion that you once had for the things you did in ministry. Because even through this time, we have also talked about our passion and our purpose and the difference between that and just working in church. You know, like we get in church and out of habit, we just start doing. And it just becomes a familiar act. But we wanted to walk and do it in passion because people can tell. Well, this month, we're talking about realigning all of our priorities and making sure that we put God first. When we put God first, everything else comes. How do we know that? Sure, because his word said it. His word says, seek him first. And all the other things will be added, right? So we want to dive into that and talk about that because this new year is coming. Pastor spoke to us and he talked about some of the things that are going to be transpiring and happening in the new year. And we want you to be ready.
Talk to us.
To be ready. It don't mean I got to have all my finances together. It don't mean I have to be in the relationship that I desire, in the house or the car that I desire. But I want to be in a position and in a place in my life where, regardless of what my situation and circumstance looks like, regardless of who I'm connected to and who I'm not, I know who my source is.
Yeah.
I know how to tap in and talk to the man. His dad starts singing this song, y'all, and I laugh at him every time. He'd be like, "Pay the man," and I thought it was the funniest thing because his dad be wanting to sing and stuff, and I just love it, right? But that's what I thought about when I thought about who my source is. Yeah, I can just go straight to the man myself and not looking for those things, but honoring him, doing what he has called me to do, and the things that I want will just begin to fall in my lap. He shared our testimony, a little snippet of it, and he talked about how we had tried to get a rental house and we were denied.
What?
They would not give us a rental house. It's something about some weird credit score thing out here, like an apartment credit score. But long story short, anyways, we got denied. But then what, like a month or two later or something like that, we were approved to build a house from the ground up. Like, that don't make sense.
We're best trapped in there at least.
Why would you even try to go apply for a house if you just got denied for a rental, right?
Yeah.
But when you handle God's business, everything else falls into place. Man. Like, it's crazy.
For
crazy.
Real.
It's crazy amazing.
Yeah. It sounds
stupid ridiculous.
It sounds unbelievable. And the crazy thing is, when you become a believer, it's almost starts sounding crazy, because you'll hear this, and we heard this too. And let me say this too, it's the things that happen beforehand as well. So I remember hearing stuff like this, especially when you first get into the faith and you thinking it's supposed to happen tomorrow. But now, a couple of decades in this thing, you're starting to see some of the stuff that we prayed about,
like a long time.
stuff we spoke into life. Yeah, but we still look good. So the thing is, like, to see that process, like you're saying, trusting God in that process, like, boom, once you start, seek ye first, Matthew 33, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, then all these things shall be added unto you.
That's the first
So he's telling you, once he become first, then I'm going to add all that, but it don't make sense. Why would I have to seek that and then this stuff going to come? If I want the job, the car, the house, the marriage, the relationship, shouldn't I chase that? He's saying, if you get me, I got that already. And I think that's what the mixing problem. It's hard to see that, though, because you want me. And let me say this, kingdom is not church. We probably need to define that too, because a lot of people have you thinking if you attend church, you part of the kingdom.
You're just part of that organization.
Organization that should be helping you to understand and unpack the kingdom.
I feel like your heart posture lets me know if you are about kingdom and if you're part of the kingdom. Your heart posture suggests to us, and this goes back to last month when it talks about the fruit of the Spirit. My heart posture is seen by my fruit of the Spirit, right? Those fruit of the Spirit suggest that I'm a part of the kingdom, not just a part of this organization or this fellowship, because my heart posture is to please him. My heart posture is to bring glory to him. My heart posture is to do what he has called me to do. As a result, because I'm operating in what he's called me to do, I started, showing kindness and, the long suffering and humbleness and faithfulness and all these other things, all of these attributes that come with the right heart posture.
Yeah, and I think that'll put you in a different position. I feel like, especially when we start talking about kingdom, it's like understanding it. Church become a place where you understand it. Just because you go to school, you're not an educator. You're a student.
No. Like,
I thought that for women.
Well,
for everybody.
I can clock. No, you don't do it though.
I don't want to sit. I thought you were doing it with me. But so the thing is, it's like, just because you go to school, you're not an educator. You're part of that system.
Yeah.
And one day you could graduate, matriculate through their system to become that. And that's the same thing here. Coming to church don't make you automatic part of the kingdom. Once you're a knowledge guard, a knowledge that he is king and Lord of your life, then you become part of it. But then it's a growth process in understanding it. Then it's a process in learning to put that first, because that's not something you train with. When you're growing up, sometimes people train in an environment that treat others the way you be treated. In this culture area, almost being just selfish, everybody on what's in it for them. Like, if it ain't,
oh baby,
if I don't benefit in some kind of form, fact, I don't even want to say benefit if I don't get over, because benefit could be mutual. You benefit, I benefit. This generation, you want all of it. You supposed to split the pie. You want the whole pie and the oven. So the thing is, like, okay, processing that let me understand what the kingdom is. This is a different system. So what's different is we in the world, but we not of it. So we kingdom people that's still in the world. So now we gotta learn how to operate in both of these systems. And let's get this biblical worldview, and then you got the world's worldview, meaning how they see that, or secular.
Y'all hear this
what we
college
call it.
student?
Come on now. So that secular worldview will tell you, don't turn the other cheek. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. But the biblical worldview is saying, hey, trust God. That's a process. Turn the other cheek. And so understanding those two processes, it challenge our flesh because we're in the world, but we're not of it. So we got to see it that way.
Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about that in a little bit later, so I can get a better understanding.
Yeah. He just giving you a training of it. That's your in your Bible.
But I don't have to turn the other cheek.
Nah, that ain't what I said either. I'm saying that was saying that, but people say that in a physical way, spiritual way, or whatever. He telling you it shouldn't be lick for lick. I mean, you shouldn't be holding it. Oh
eye
yeah,
for
I
an
can't.
eye.
Yeah, like some people doing their marriage. You trying to get your jab back on. I'm trying to say something back to him. He not talking about in the physical sense. Somebody walk up and hit me, and I turn my. All right, God bless you. What about the left? Nah, he ain't telling you that. He's saying that
just
you should
clarity
be
purposes.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. You
somebody might be confused.
Nah, you want? I can help you get corrected. We can help.
All right, so let's dive into this. You had already read our first scripture, which was Matthew 6:33. He says, "But seek first the kingdom of God, and that's a conjunction word there, and His righteousness.
Come on,
and
now.
all these things will be added to you." But what does seeking first look like for us in our everyday practical life? Like before work, before your family, before bills. Shoot, these days before social media, acknowledge Him, give Him some glory, talk to Him, like ask Him, what do you want me to do today? What is it that I can do to make you smile? What is it that I can do to make you happy today? Well, I'm seeking Him first. But something that I think when we are talking about kingdom over everything, I love the fact that we started this by talking about realigning our priorities. Our priorities drift from time to time, and sometimes it's just about where we are in life. Like around the holiday times, our priorities shift because we're trying to please everybody and make them happy and have this big family moment, and we're spending money sometimes that we don't have to make our kids smile, and we're trying to prepare meals and this, that, and the other. So our priorities begin to shift because our life circumstances change. You know, whenever we are going through a pruning process, or whenever let's say times get hard, or whenever we're going through, because of our situation that we're in, our priorities shift and change, and we fail to acknowledge God first. And then all the things we've been praying for, Lord, make a way, Lord, open the door, Lord, open the window, pour out your blessing, Lord, heal, Lord, deliver, Lord. Because you know we go in, we be praying so hard, and we be sweating and mouthful of spit and getting musty and all of this.
Man.
But our priorities. Okay, now I'm gonna say this. When we're asking for healing and deliverance and stuff, I do think your priority is in the right place then. But I probably should have been saying, Lord, I need a new car. Lord, I want a house. Bless my finances, increase, because we do that too. And that's really what I should have said. It's the materialistic things that we get caught up in.
So,
and
what's cool is he said it in there. He said, "Seek you first the kingdom," and then all these things. When you tell a team, that's the noun, person, place, and thing is all included in there. He telling you, I got you on all that. You ain't got a trip. But when you unpack this, since you said we're talking about Solomon, let's unpack this.
I didn't even tell them yet.
Oh, well, go on, tell them then.
Yeah, we're talking about Solomon today.
Come on now, King Solomon. So you gonna give us a little backdrop of Solomon?
Okay, now you gotta help me. Okay.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna have a little bit of Sunday school.
Go ahead.
So you were talking about Joshua, right? And then you started talking about the 12 stones. So if I read and understood correctly, it represented the 12 tribes of Israel.
Come on, preacher.
This is school lesson, okay?
Okay, my bad. Appreciate you.
So it represents. He gonna say whatever you want to say. So it represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Joshua dies or whatever. No, David dies. Well, Joshua been gone, but here comes David. The people, all these 12 tribes, they were doing their own thing, right? they started kind of leaning on their own, I'm not going to say belief system, but their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
They were not the people of Israel as we knew them when they were in captivity. See, bondage sometimes had you with your heart right, because you desire, look, you don't have no other choice. You desire so bad to be free that I'm going to show you how faithful I'm going to be, God. I'm going to praise and I'm going to pray and I'm going to worship and I'm going to honor you while we in bondage. But soon as we get that freedom, our priorities shift. And this is what happened to these 12 tribes. So everybody doing their own little thing and whatever. So the people's like, well, we want a king. So David gets appointed king, right? When David dies, his son Solomon is appointed king. And Solomon has a dream. And in his dream, God asked him, what is it that you desire from me? Like, whatever it is that you want, God was going to do it for him. So he says, give me wisdom so that I know how to lead your people. This man was kingdom minded. He asked for the wisdom and the know-how to lead your people, not just to the next victory, but back to you. Because under his leadership, them 12 tribes were united again, right? So he got all the things that we normally go and ask for, all the riches, all the popularity, all of the clout, like all of that stuff. It just came to him because his posture was right. And he asked for something, not for the edification or the glory of Saul, but for the edification and glory of God. And God honored that. So God was like, hold up, my boy. You know what?
He put it together.
You're trying to build the kingdom. And I like that. So as a result of you seeking me, asking me to help you lead people back to me, go, my boy. I'm about to give you wisdom beyond your years. And I'm going to give you the riches and all of the things that go along with it so that your house can be sustained and successful. Because of Saul's humbleness in asking for wisdom. Solomon. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
You good,
Solomon.
you good. Saul was before David. We got you.
So because of his humbleness in asking for wisdom, he became one of the most popular and the most sought after. So we all know the story, at least I think we do. So I'm going to give a little snippet of it anyways, of how he used his wisdom. This is when he realized the thing that I prayed for, God gave. 2 women came and they was like, it's my baby. No, it's my baby. No, it's my baby. So Solomon was like, oh, okay, just cut the baby in half. You get half of the baby. You get half of the baby. It's a win-win situation.
Since y'all want to play.
Right? So the real mother was like, oh, it's her baby, whatever. And then through that, he was able to see, okay. And then now he's walking in wisdom and now he recognizes it. And because of that one decision, that one show of wisdom, people from all over were coming to him seeking wisdom and wise counsel, because they were like, oh, God used you. Oh, God is in you. God is talking through you.
And I think it's key to what you're saying. Everybody overlooked it. They talk about everything that comes to Solomon, the women, the money, richest man that ever walked the face of earth. But really, it speaks to his prayer life. The first thing you see Solomon do is pray. He communicates with God, and then what he prayed for speaks volume, because it speaks to the intent of the heart. He prayed for insight versus increase. And I think that's what you're speaking of earlier. A lot of people pray for increase, but you ain't worried about no insight. That's why you can get the money, you can get all that and lose it afterwards because you ain't got the insight. So let's make this go viral. Let's start asking for blueprints over bags. That's what we have. We have a whole bunch of people. We chasing bags when you need a blueprint. Because I would tell somebody this, listen, I ain't got to have no more money. I just need a strategy. Because what it is, if you can get the money and then lose it, you can get the car and they repossess it. You get the house, same thing, foreclose it. But if you give me the strategy, you give me the blueprint, even if I lose the resource, I won't mess up because I got the source on how I got it. And that's what we needed to ask God for. He that lack wisdom, let him ask of God. That's what Not ask your mom and them. Not ask your friend or your coach or your mentor, because all this stuff going viral here. He said go to God, because the problem is sometimes you can apply somebody else's strategy, but it don't work for your situation. Because every strategy is not for every situation. He went to God. He could have went to other kings. He could have looked at daddy blueprint. He could have saw what Saul did and try to figure out it on him. No, he did.
But what was his daddy's advice to him? His daddy told him, and this me paraphrasing because I don't remember it all verbatim, but David told Solomon, seek him first, keep him. Like something to that degree.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. It's in
keep
there.
Law. Say keep it there, keep the law. Cause
but his daddy's advice to him.
Yeah.
So this goes back to when we were talking about how as leaders, we need someone to pour into us.
Yeah.
We need someone to help direct us. This was some of the issue with Samson and all the people who were first.
Yeah.
They didn't have anybody to guide them
Yeah.
and all of those things. It was just them and whatever destiny was on their
Yeah.
life. But he had a father in his life, regardless of the mess David was in. We know that David's heart was for God. So on his dying bed, or however that part worked out, he was telling his son, okay, you about to be king. Keep God first. Teach the people about, make sure that they don't, and this is me using my Holy Ghost imagination. Make sure they don't forget the stories of our forefathers. Make sure that they don't forget the power of God. Make sure that they honor the presence of God. I believe that on David's deathbed, he talked to his son with sincerity and with conviction about the importance of honoring the creator of all things.
Ain't nothing to hide no
So, as a result, that same conviction that his father displayed, here comes Solomon. Man, it had to hit him. You know how when you in church and a good sermon just hit you in that moment because that's the thing you dealing with, and you be like, oh God, oh Jesus, and you be on fire for the next couple of days. I believe that is the situation for Solomon. Number one, you're emotional because your daddy finna go. He about to go to the upper room. So you're dealing with that because that's a part of our human nature, right? But on top of that, the conviction that he had to have, the passion and the urgency and the sincerity with leaving you with this final message. Hey, in all you do, don't forget the creator of all things. Don't forget the stories of our forefathers. Don't forget how God brought us through, how he brought us out, and how he got us to this point. Don't forget our master creator, Lord and Savior. Don't forget him, right?
Yeah.
So he took that same conviction, that passion, that purpose, and he was like, Lord, the only thing I'm asking you for is wisdom to lead your people. Lead your people back to you, because if we come back to you, we'll have the victory.
Yeah.
We come back to you, we'll get the wealth and all the things. We'll win the battles, all that stuff. But my desire, oh my goodness, is for you to endow me with wisdom on how to lead your people, because they're yours, not mine, God.
Yeah, he went back to the source.
Exactly.
And I think that's what the problem is. We was talking to, and we allude to this all the time. We get caught up in the resource, like boom, all this stuff that's coming. You get materialistic stuff, blessing up. Just like I said today, you know, good well, your credit ain't that good. You ain't that good. You ain't that smart. God gave it to you, and he the only person that's such a good giver that'll make the gift have you to the point that you overlook the giver, because it's just that good on when he bless you and open up a door. His gift had no sorrow. So in that part, understand that move. One of the things that Solomon was masterful for, not only his prayer life, he knew how to partner with people. So that's what he did. He knew how to partner. Like, hey, listen, in order to move this way, let's do this. And a lot of people think the 1,000 women was about him being sexually.
He was partnering with people the whole time.
Come on now, like
making alliances.
Between women and concubine, he was had to see 3 women a day to meet all his wives and stuff like that. That's crazy. 365 days. So this wasn't a sexual act. You got to realize this is a Middle Eastern culture. The time frame that they talking to the culture. What he's doing is, instead of going to war with people, he's married their daughters, and he's connected with them, making alliances. Okay, instead of we beefing over there, land this and that, I tell you what, married, then the line of succession, your grandkids still get it. Then your daughter married a king. Boom, boom. Then marry one of the smart. Come on now. So then go to the net. Hey, instead of us beefing, why not? Boom. So I'm doing all these partnerships, but then this what happened to a certain degree. They're saying he's getting into idol gods and idol worship because who he partnered with. Which say this, nothing wrong with the partnership, but back to what we said earlier, you got to use a little discernment to make sure if this the right one. Because some of them you might should have went to war with. Everybody wasn't meant for you to partner with. Some people were meant for you to fight. And that's what you gotta learn. You gotta know when is it time to be a diplomat or do it time for me to destroy. And that's what we gotta learn how to engage. And I think that was his problem. He didn't know how to activate, or he didn't use discernment to know when, hey, I need to go and destroy them. I don't need to partner with everybody. Everybody don't get disagreement. Everybody don't move this way. And I think once you learn that this pattern of divine partnership, he know how to move, delegate, be diplomat, move through there, make connections. We got to do the same thing because we in the world, but we're not of it. So then, like I miss my wife all the time. She know I joke with her and have these things. We still got to participate in some of the activity of the world, even if you agree with it. I call it politics. I call it playing the game. I got a coworker, he hate that. I hate when you say play the game. But the reason why I say that, because people playing all types of games on jobs, careers, promotion. You see good systems, see all this different stuff happening. And if you sit back, I'm a believer in it should just happen for me because I'm raised with God. I had the right. Okay, well, you keep on. I'm doing the right thing. You think you're the only person that did the right thing, got overlooked. You better read your Bible. Everybody that's in there, they had to engage. Joshua still had to go bust heads. God, matter of fact, what if we just went to that? Come on, y'all. God promised me this land. Give it to me. Man, you don't get up out of here. But until he start acting and showing, then hey, AI and them and the rest of them, then Gibeonites come, hey, we saw what you did to them. And the crazy thing, Gibeonites outnumbered. They could have challenged him. And all they men were fighting. But the reason why they didn't, hey, we saw what happened to the last group. It's something on y'all, something different. And I ain't even get into today, the dudes who they fight, who they put the foot on the neck of the king and all fight them, it said hailstones came down. I ain't get into this heaven hailstone. It was selective when they hit him in the head. Meaning he could have hit anybody, could have hit Joshua and them too, but it was selective. It was only hitting his enemy. Man, you got heaven fighting on your side. So it's the same thing with us. The understanding
when heaven fights for you, what?
Hailstone. You know how big these gotta be hitting that you killing people? Bruh, we have some storms here in Texas that be crazy hell. But imagine hell coming down strong that it's killing people. Come on, man. And then
knocking their heads off.
And then selected. You fight somebody, he get hit and you don't get hit. Man, God cold with it. That's why I said what's such a miracle how God will move. But in that understanding is all because of partnership. That's how Joshua in his situation, he partnered with the Gibeonites. So up to us to use discernment, not let us get played in our emotions and get caught up and say something that we didn't mean or connect with a person because you got so emotional, but you didn't deal with it. You got to process that thing. So that's good stuff.
I think when you say don't get caught up in your emotions, I think that we have to learn how to not let people disturb our peace, because when people disturb your peace, you respond from an emotional point of view. So somebody get you all riled up and upset. Now you're not thinking logically anymore. You definitely not thinking kingdom right now, because the petty is coming up through you and at you. It happens to the best of us. It get me from time to time. And then I be like, man, that wasn't Christ-like, but Lord help me to do better next time, you know. But I do this self-reflection on a daily. So I know when I have done something or failed to do something that probably didn't bring him glory, you know. Maybe it wasn't a sin, but it also didn't bring him glory. And I said from my mouth that God, in everything that I do and say, I want to bring you glory, right? So I think that's why he had me doing this self-reflection at the end of the day. Then I'm like, dang, I'm sorry, I ain't bring you glory. But his mercies are new every morning. So I'm so very grateful.
Then there's a walk. Like I tell our boys, like, you ain't never been 19 before. You ain't never been 13 before.
I
You gonna learn.
Been 42 before.
Come on now. I ain't even been 40. So I don't even say be in there, baby. We don't even know what that seemed like. So with that being said, you gotta give yourself grace and space for the time frame that you're in. And I was telling somebody that I'm enjoying the journey, and I was saying that it's enjoying the journey because I know I haven't arrived or achieved yet. It's still a lot of things that I have to execute and get done and fix and correct. Even some of the stuff we were talking about in ministry and in the home and stuff that you want to do and stuff we're trying to do coming up. Yeah, but enjoying the process, breathe. And then not only that, laughing at your own mistakes, learning, I got out of character on that.
I laugh at myself, I do.
Or have somebody that you can share with and be honest with, like, hey, I was tripping today. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was all out my top and everything. And at one time I went to a personal place, I got in the patrol car by myself. Like, all right, I'm tripping. And then ask somebody, hey, am I tripping or not? You need people in your life like that. Because sometimes you don't see it. And I feel like that's what Solomon got into place. he got tied up in his own will. So sometimes you need those people around him. But in that, knowing the power of worship with him too, because we say he a prayer warrior, he knew how to partner, but he knew how to praise and worship as well. Look what he did. The first thing he did, he built the house of God. So Solomon always talking about it.
He built the temple his daddy couldn't.
That everybody say he couldn't build it because his hands were bloody. His hands were bloody because he was a man of war. Here it is, Solomon come from a dad that a man of war, that he's a man of worship. Look how he began to move and maneuver totally different. He was able to finish something that God gave his father. And I think that speaks highly of legacy, but at the same time, with him being in place to hear and move, didn't know his assignment. What if he would have tried to do what his daddy did?
Can you imagine God gives your father a vision and a taste, just a little glimpse of what his future could be, right? He messes it up, but it's like you steady working toward it because I'm trying to accomplish this big, massive dream. You got all the people investing in it. Everybody's like, oh, King David, da, 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 because they finna build this temple. But you working towards something and it's not happening because it's not meant for you to do, right? But then your son comes along, and because his heart posture was right, because he was kingdom minded, because he said kingdom over everything, or he surrendered his will to God and was like, listen, it's not about me, it's about you. So give me your wisdom so I can do the things that you would have me to do. Because his heart posture was right. And like you said, he came with that worship. Because worship don't mean I'm falling and crying and, oh, that's not worship. That's an emotional display of, I would say, your gratitude or a feeling that you're, feeling in that moment. But your worship, I worship through my obedience. Like me being obedient to my creator, that's a form of worship. Me giving and trying to build the kingdom even more, that's a form of worship. So, but I just thought that was very, very powerful that he was so sincere. His heart posture was so right, and he was so in tune with God that the thing his father couldn't do, he desired to do it. The people was hyped up and ready. They wanted to do it too. They was ready for it, but you couldn't do it because your heart posture. But your son's heart posture is right. His hands not dirty. And he gets to operate in this, and he gets to reap the benefits of it, really.
I'm gonna tell you something that they probably say blasphemy on this, but I want to say that's that woman too. His mom, Bathsheba, who don't nobody want to speak on, but even in the text, it was still calling her, even after she had married David, they were still calling her Uriah wife, the man that David killed. The myth in the text is crazy. And people still saying, oh, David, you talking about Uriah wife? You imagine people still saying that man dead and gone, you married the king. People still bringing it up. 2 sons later, even though Solomon is king, people still, oh, you see? Because they ain't going to let that go. That's the kind of people that you're dealing with, which that's the argument that people kind of going to. But I say this because steady hand. And this is why I say people going to argue me on, because they give her credit for Proverbs 31.
Okay.
You think that's all she wrote? All she's saying, my son. She's giving him jewels, the type of woman. You think the only advice his mama gave him about a woman? You don't think she's saying, hey, when your daddy was talking about building the temple, he said this, and just from her experience and what she saw and how she would watch out for this, and your daddy got caught up. And this how I want to prove that she was an intellectual, because David married her. David could have just slept with her for a body. He married her because of her brains. You know what I'm saying? If somebody say cover up his sin, that he was king, he could have told Uriah, I want your wife. And Uriah would have had to just give it to her. He could have did it legal. He did it illegally by sleeping with her, trying to cover up the sin of the baby. But for him to give, he had other wives and other sons. Solomon don't supposed to be the king. That's that woman. You know what? Hey, if any kid get it, it's going to be Bathsheba kid. You feel me? How is that possible? That woman right here. That woman in the session with him, that one straight. Hey, Solomon right here. It's other sons too. That's why Absalom and the rest of them going crazy and want to kill their dad and do all this. Now that's the prophecy too, that the sword will forever be in this house because he killed Uriah. You done messed up Uriah's house, so now your house gonna be messed up. That's his word. So he got that going on, but it's other male sons that he got. But Solomon get it, and the way Solomon moved, that's that woman the way he moved. Because any other man would have just killed the other people. He's a diplomat. He's moving more, lack of a better term, in the feminine trait. He's wanted to be peaceful and not
Yeah.
sporadic and
Yeah.
crazy like your dad or like his brother Absalom and I'm gonna kill daddy to get his spot. Solomon ain't moving like that. Solomon kind of moving like a woman would move, very crafty, like okay.
Crafty, yeah.
And oh yeah, almost deceiving a little bit. Like if we're gonna do this, let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Planning ahead. And by the time you wake
He
up,
planned.
by the time you wake up,
Sometimes
yeah,
men just
yeah.
jump up and just do things.
But I'm just
because
saying, that's who
you're
can
trying
tell
to
who.
say women are
No, I'm just saying.
deceivers.
No, I'm just saying who. If you look at how he's moving, if you're talking about somebody moving, he's moving a little bit different than a male. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying
Because
they
he
don't.
planned.
They don't.
He
He playing good. He playing.
So
So the thing is, I'm saying when you look
he
at it like
tried to
that,
throw some shade.
just a little bit, but I think they sleep on their mama, and she ain't just peeing Proverbs
I
31.
think that's really good though,
Yeah.
because it helps you look at the scripture in its totality. Because sometimes even when we're in school and we're teaching children about reading stories and other, what you're making inferences. What is the author not directly saying,
Yeah.
but it's still being said?
In
You get what I'm
between the
saying?
black and white.
You have to read between the black and the white and make sense of it. That's why when I pray, my prayer somewhere in it, whether it's at the beginning or the end, or it may just be my prayer for the day.
Oh.
Lord, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because I want to make the right moves throughout my day. I want to connect with the right people. I want to say the right things. I want to do the right things. But I know that LaShonda Mason, I can't do it. I need my Father. I need the Holy Ghost to help me, because my mind tells me some off the wall stuff.
What?
And I'm not the only one. Don't y'all, you listen. I'm not the only one. And y'all sitting there and y'all watching and judging me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. We all have some wild thoughts. People make you mad. You want to bust people's head to the white meat.
What?
You want to let road rage get you. You want to ram into the back of people's car. All kind of crazy stuff coming to your head.
That explains everything. Wow.
You need him. When the old ladies used to be like, you gonna need him, you gonna need him.
Everywhere
you go.
Everywhere.
I need him. All right, because I can't do this not by my power, not by my might, but by his spirit.
But that's
the only way we're gonna do it.
Spiritually mature person that say that. It's the person that's immature that think you don't. Like you ain't gonna acknowledge him at all. So you leaving the house, you doing what you do. You don't want to acknowledge him. That's how we said earlier when Joshua got in trouble when they first fought AI. You ain't gonna consult God at all. This man that brought you over, got you to this point. Man, we got these people. That's when you got your head bust because you chose to move without acknowledging him. And that's what we ought to learn. That's a lesson. Like, okay, from now on, before I do this, any major decision.
Now
let's be honest, because some people be. I ain't telling you to ask them what shirt to put on. Some of y'all got that relationship made. Now I don't know. I ain't gonna even be no judge. But some, he might told you to put on the polo shirt instead of the button down, pull up, whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying with me, I never had that detailed a relationship with him. But when it comes to major decisions or testing in my life, for doors open, opportunity, especially opportunity, because I had some opportunities that could have brought a bag. But at the same time, that wasn't part of the blueprint. It would have took me off the plan and the purpose that God has.
I think you would have been completely off path.
Man, but this was crazy. What do you do when something actually good? Like I'm actually good at law enforcement or military and stuff like that. I could easily get soaked into that world and never do this. And so that's always been the conundrum.
I do believe that God put people in your life. So when you would desire to do something that, again, not a bad idea, it's a good idea, maybe a great idea, but it's not a part of your purpose. I believe that God puts people in your life to help steer you back onto the path you're supposed to be on.
Yeah, man, because sometimes you get distracted because I'm in the world, but I'm not otherwise.
And everybody already knows my husband will chase a squirrel, and it's in his lineage. Like his daddy chased rabbits, he chased squirrels. He got me over here trying to chase squirrels with him, and as a good wife, because I'm building up my house, I run with my man. You know, I run with him. I be trying to tell him, baby, calm down. Like we don't have to chase all these squirrels.
You got squirrels too,
it's a family thing apparently. I have a question because we are kind of running out of time a little bit, because I want this to be thought-provoking. I want this to be a good Sunday school lesson for sure. Hope that you've learned something about Solomon and from Solomon. But I want each one of us, those of you who are listening and tuning in with us sitting here today, I want us to realign our priorities. I want us to think, okay, well, dang, God really did bless Solomon. And all this man asked for was the wisdom to lead his people. Well, maybe I can try that strategy, right? Maybe if I surrender my will to him, maybe he will do the same for me. So, what would change in your daily life if your first prayer in the morning, like before you say good morning, love, and grab that phone and all of that, what if your first prayer was not God bless me, but God guide me? Guide me today so that I can bring glory to you. Help me to bring somebody closer to you. This is me thinking kingdom, right? I'm not saying you have to walk around every day. What can I do for the kingdom, Lord? Help me build a kingdom, Lord. Come on now. That's not our reality. That's not going to be.
That's your reality. That's your reality. That's what you going in.
You know, that's not what we do day to day. And seriously, if somebody saw you doing that, number one, you're going to have some people laughing at you, right? Number two, you might have somebody, what y'all used to call it, 86, where you take them to the nut house. They call the people and have you down there getting mental evaluations down there and talking about you schizophrenic and bipolar. So we don't want to, you know, do that, right?
Yeah.
God operates in order.
Decency.
Obviously, decency. So he's not going to have you out there. Now, and I've heard people say, God had me out there bad to bring him glory. I don't know. I don't know. Do you go through bad things and then he gets the glory out of it? Yeah. But he don't have you out there bad. Like, you know, we do some things and then we leave it up to him because we want him to do that Jesus glitter, like you say.
Get it on there.
But all things work together. We know that, right? So we know if we surrender and we give it to him, he gonna help us and fix it and make it all better. But I don't believe that God put us out there bad so he can get the glory. No.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that too with cultural relevance too, because I mean, just in our culture to be loud, charismatic. Same thing, you watching the game, we loud. We'll stand up in the middle of somebody laughing, fall on the floor, take off running, and you just laughing. But it's culturally. So
but sometimes people be doing the most, and it do be funny.
And that's in our culture too. So I don't take nothing away from that. We might joke or say something about prayer or somebody carrying on. Some of that is just who we are in our nature, and that's us showing up authentically as it relates to how God designed us. I don't think we ought to be, you know, so
holy till you know, so spiritual minded till you know earthly good.
And then it's not us. Like I think you ought to represent who you are because we show the different many manifolds of God. I believe that's my understanding of representation. Just like when we were sitting in that service and they started singing in Spanish, they going in too.
They were going,
bro. But not on that, they went. Come on, man. But at the same time, what that middle section started doing, they started
going in.
Hey, but I'm like, hey,
I be kind of jealous of them sometimes. Because you hear how we worshiping and you understand what we saying, but we don't understand what you saying.
I'm just saying, they worship ain't too far off our beat, you know. We had a mixture of brothers and sisters in there now. It's something else for all of us to be on the same page. But what I love, nobody try to hide their particular worship or was ashamed because they expressed different.
Everybody just did them.
Yeah, so they loud, they emotional. Some people crying, some people hand up, some people was talking, when they was going, but to each his own. I'm saying that because you got to respect it. What we said here that was very important. We need to say this as we get ready to moving through this. Solomon's downfall was his partnership with his wife, but also as they worship foreign gods. So even when you partner with people, because we're in the world but not of the world, you're going to be connecting with people because you got to move through the world. You're going to connect with people that don't believe like you, that don't serve the God you serve, but you can still got to know how to maneuver. I didn't hear people walk away from deal. Oh, they ain't say, bro, what they got to do with this? We're buying property and you talking about do somebody know the Lord. That ain't got nothing
that money, but somebody going to draw the other. So I'm going to let my light shine brighter than yours.
And then when it's time to handle business, you trying to be spiritual. That ain't what it is. You use discernment at the table, whether you sign a contract, but you need to know how to move. And I think that's what Solomon started messing up. He started entertaining, how am I entertain other gods? You start bringing these people in, you make an agreement with them to marry their daughter, but then the daughter bring a different type of worship. And that's where we got to be careful that we can get so caught up in our partnerships and connection with people that we lose our covenant. And you shouldn't be messing up on your covenant behind the connection that you got. That's why I say anything that pull me away from this. I done told people Everybody different, but this been me. Why I end up on nights? Because I couldn't get off on Sundays. So if I got to work on Sunday, I got to go work on the. I heard some people tell me I wouldn't dare go to church or I like that. Me personally, I wouldn't even go. That's you. But I understand that was always my covenant and my source. Maybe it could have been me getting a different job or something like that, but none of that stuff ever worked out for me. I always had to make that sacrifice to do that because that was my place to actually commune with God, talk to God. So I made it my business to do that. Everybody's situation is different, but I say this because I never wanted anything to break my covenant connection with him.
Yeah.
And what happened, church people, we got the saying now, church hurt, leader did this, and definitely everything on social media now, which every preacher now got to be careful because everything is a clip. And if they take anything
and it's
out
going viral,
man, especially our old school people, I think Marvin Wyman just got caught with the little viral clip by him asking for offer. And the thing is, the person never heard the whole thing. They just gonna give you the piece that's gonna clip it up and go. What's crazy, what's making it go viral is church people. That's who going crazy on
church people making this other little pastor lady go viral too. I don't want to talk about her so much, but boy, she tickled me.
She talking about partnerships and covenants too.
Oh my gosh, listen.
She talking about partnerships and covenants
too. Total surrender, y'all, because we're saying kingdom over everything. And like, if you're gonna show God and like be serious about, listen, I want to help build your kingdom because at the end of the day, I want to bring you glory. You're gonna have to have total surrender. Like we sing that song, but are you really about their business, about their life? Are you really willing to surrender all to him? Proverbs 3:5 talks about trusting in the Lord with all of your heart and leaning not to your own understanding. That's what Solomon started off doing. He trusted in the Lord. So he sought him, asked for wisdom, and he didn't lean on his own understanding. He leaned on the wisdom that God had given him, and it made him the wisest man in history. Also made him the richest man. Those riches came because of his wisdom. The wisdom came because he was kingdom minded. There's a pattern here. So if we
hello.
So if it is that now, like I don't be wanting to do God like he no sugar daddy, right?
Come on now.
So I don't want to say if it is that you want riches, go seek him. Like, because that sounds so bad. But like if your heart posture, and I know, but it just I don't like the way it sounds. But if your heart posture is right, and what you're really trying to do is bring him glory, what you're really trying to do is build his kingdom, what you're really trying to do is introduce people to the man who saved your life, saved your soul. Like that's really what you're trying to do. All the other things will come. Now, what does that look like? While I'm building his kingdom, I'm using wisdom. Hello, somebody. I'm still using wisdom while I'm building the kingdom. I'm still going to work. I'm still showing up. I still got a business plan. I'm still actively engaging in the things that I want to do to bring about success for myself. But because I'm seeking him first, like I'm giving my will over to you so you can do what you want to do in my life, that's what comes first. So if you don't want me to do this, God, I'm not going to do it. But if it's a part of my path, use it for your glory. Bless it anyways, right? So if we have that mindset, then some of the things we desire, some of the things that we're trying to do in our life, just maybe. So y'all know I haven't done a challenge in a while. I'm going to pause and do a challenge right now. I'm challenging you now. Seek him and just try. Try him and see. Because everything else we've been doing has not been working. We've had a same business plan for 5 years. Hadn't made a good $5,000 off of it. We're still in a broke situation. We're still in a broken relationship. We still feel lonely and depressed. We still not where we want to be in life. We still feel like we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I still don't have the position of the job that I want. I still not where I want to be based off my timeline and my desires. So if what you have been doing has not been working to get you where you want to be, why not try it? Why not try to put him first? Why not try him and see? Because his word is not going to return to him void. Try it and see. Well, you talking about the fight, so you talking about the fight.
No, just the hook part where it said try Jesus.
Try
nah,
Jesus.
It's a good point. I think that's what we all got to do. Like I said earlier, we've been in theory for long enough. Now it's time to put it into practical application. What that mean. And then you got to answer the question too, because somebody like Elon Musk, people that say they don't believe in God, but they wealthy. I think you got to speak to what that means when we're talking about riches and walking into a blessing and stuff like that. It ain't just like that. It's the kingdom insight, because you can have the resources, but then not the source, because you can have all that and still not at peace. People not even sleeping at night. not even enjoying their wealth, struggling their mind, their heart, with their lives,
And
kids,
you
hate
see
the
rich
family.
people all the time knocking themselves off, turning to drugs
But
because it's
look,
not about just
yeah,
having riches.
yeah. Oh, you
Obviously.
talking about financial riches? Cause that's not it either. I done seen people that have that and can't sleep, bro.
Mhm.
What would you pay for a good night's sleep? Like, bro, it
What
ain't
you pay
amount of
just to smile every day and like really be happy,
or not look over your shoulder, or
feel somebody
feel that
love
threat of
you,
safe. Yeah,
have peace,
man,
a
just
joy that you can't explain.
a peace that surpasses all
Come on.
understanding. It changed everything around you, and then the quality of life behind it.
Mhm.
Because that's what we talk about now. You want to have the quality of life to experience that, and that's what happened to Solomon. Solomon got beside himself. That's why he started talking crazy. When you read Ecclesiastes, all is vanity. Hey, you depressed? What you mean? All is vanity. You had all this, but he's going over, and you could tell. That's why even in scripture, it's good to study the person, understand what it is, because you'll just take that sound bite and go. But you gotta realize he's battling. He's mentally battling.
Think about how he started
Man,
versus how he finished.
and then you tapped into all these different gods, spirits, all this other stuff, relationship that you got. So could have been just a moment of weakness, a moment of depression. Don't really just tell the transition with his mom. He could have lost his loved one. You don't know, but just the different sayings. But he giving you a recipe. There's a time for everything. A time to love, time to laugh, time to die, time to be born. He giving you all this because that he didn't live long enough to reevaluate all this, lost his way in the process. And that's why I told somebody in the journey with God and have a relationship as you seeking him first, sometimes that changes where he's not first. And when you realize that, go back and readjust the picture.
For
That's
sure.
why I tell somebody, they
Realign
start
your
off here, hey man,
priorities.
this happened, and all of a sudden you end up veering over here. Nah, let me get this back on the road. So we gotta get it. It's not an overnight process of the journey. I remember I tell somebody, they was like, well, we're not here, I'm not in place. Bro, you think that happened overnight? And then you think just because you just got married, you trying to do the right thing? Nah, all hell break loose. Yeah, it was better when y'all were just staying together and living together. When you say I do,
When
that,
when your priorities reflect heaven values,
yeah,
you gonna feel like you're going through a pruning
man,
process.
cause you done pick sides. Like I told somebody, you done enter a war. Can you see mine? You done enter a war, whether you wanted to or not, because now you done pick sides. We used to say this in the hood. Ain't no neutral ground. You gotta pick some
You gonna
side.
have to.
I ain't into all that. You finna get whooped anyway. You might as well get in some, because somebody gonna jump you in. You finna be a part of regardless. That's just the environment I came from, using that example. It's the same thing here. You on neutral ground. You ain't really, I don't really do that church thing. You know, I'm just doing
And
my
God
thing.
wants you to pick.
And then,
He
man,
don't want no
man,
lukewarm.
listen. Then he say,
Pick, choose ye this day.
because he say when you like that, he puts you out his mouth. Meaning
Mhm.
he disconnect with you because he fake. He saying, I can even deal with a person that's cold. I can deal with a person that's hot.
Cause at least I know you
Yeah,
when
I
you
can,
pick a side, you all the way in.
man, and I can help
Don't
you.
play with me now.
I can help you with it. Like I'm just jacked up. I like that because you being honest, and I love when people being honest. Now
See,
we can
I'm
go
like
from there.
Jesus. That's why I like directness.
That's what it is. You
That's
like
why I don't
this?
be liking to play them games that you be talking about. Them 48, that book you be trying to make me read.
That
I
ain't.
just like just direct.
That
Say
is
what it is.
that is direct, but once again, you in the world, but you the other one.
Y'all
Hey,
tell me this all the time.
they gonna get tired. They gonna get tired of me saying it, but it's just part of it. Like I told somebody, somebody was saying, praying about the government and president. Like, but you think so? You ain't gonna vote, but you gonna pray. This is a system. They have a
Your
system
prayer
of
gonna get into that vote machine and change it.
bro. Like you saying stuff that don't like, and this is why I told somebody. I don't even say this. Jamal Bryant, he been on this pastor. Jamal Bryant, he said we got to quit all the dancing and start demonstrating. That's when I said with the speaking in tongues, sermon, the serious side. Nothing wrong. I want all that because I enjoy that. But on top of that, you got to be some strategy behind it. Meaning outside of that with us, we don't do no demonstration. We like all the excitement and talking, always coming down and God got us and covering. I like, man, but you have studied history and you can see throughout history what evil have triumphed and many times what evil have been successfully displayed and happened.
It felt like the evil one won.
That battle.
It feel like
now,
it
it ain't gonna
sometimes.
win the war, but it won the battle. Why? Because good men didn't do nothing, or good women didn't do nothing. You got to participate in that. And I said this. Ella Clark called me on this, but not called me on this. You know, she get in it. She be in the boxing now. Ella Clark on social media. Y'all got to be. But I posted Frederick Dutcher saying, he said I got more done when I got off my knees and started using my leg. What you mean by that? Because it's almost sound like you doing a direct target against prayer. Like prayer ain't nothing. get off your knees. But what President Doug is saying is,
prayer without works.
what he's saying is, I was a slave praying to be free. One day I stopped praying and I took out running. And guess what happened? I became free. Now I'm gonna say because of his prayer, he got the strategy so you can run the right way. Because you could have ran right into another plantation. So it's God guiding you. Oh, this is worse than what I was. You could have ran the wrong way. But he was able to get to freedom because he's saying he stopped being on his knees, which is praying, and he started participating. And I think it take both. Take both. But our community have done a lot of the former thing, which is prayer. Now you got to participate. You got to get into.
When we realize that our faith and our prayer are aligned, they should be aligned. My prayer should reflect my faith and vice versa. So, because a moment ago when you said that, I said prayer without works.
Yeah, like they got a bond agreement. I was looking at the thing behind our house. They building the school, and then looking at who the mayor and stuff is. Because we've been focused on Mansfield for a minute, but where we at now, I'm trying to get into that. I met a city council, got that information, got her number. I was just talking to her because what I'm trying to do is, I'm in the world. Like when they change zoning and the roads and potholes and stuff, and they build them behind, that's part it's affecting your life. I can't just, hey, I lay my hands right now. I pray that the street and the highway that they don't choose it. Bro, you tripping, man. God, and even God looking at, there you go again. That's that ignorance. I wonder why he doing it. You know, the angels up there upset with you. That don't happen like that. He put system in place on purpose. If you don't plant nothing in the ground, it won't be no harvest. Hey, I pray right now. I want apple trees in our backyard, all that.
And they just gonna pop up out of nowhere.
You can stand out there all there you want to. Now, if you do, hey man, we got something going on.
Power in your prayer.
In my 42 years, I haven't seen that without participation. You got participating in the bowl system. You got participating in your life. We had to work on our credit. We still fixing and building stuff. That stuff don't happen overnight. You can't that Jesus glitter and put that on everything. No, you got to go do some stuff, sacrifice some stuff, cut some stuff, make those decisions as we process. And that's what Solomon did. Solomon saying, before I ask for anything else, I know I need insight to this. Yeah. This is something new for me. This is a new space. I saw my daddy do it. Maybe he didn't like how his daddy did. And maybe his daddy pointed him to say, go to God. When his daddy passed, the first thing he did, he hit them knees. Because, hey, I'm going to participate. I know what I got to do. But before I even make a first ruling decision, I want to talk to the other king, the real one. And once I get his advice, then I know I can handle this because I got it from on high. And I think that's the challenge for us today, what you're saying, practical application with everything that we learning here. And we talking about the kingdom and putting this system in place. I said this week, the government system is shut down, but the kingdom is not. When you understand that, I'm kingdom citizen, but I'm here and I'm inside of this government system. I tell people all the time I'm an ambassador. And ambassadors have access to their homeland or where they come from to pull on whenever they need it. But you do have to occupy where you at. So where we at, we participate. He want us to occupy. He want us to take territory. And I told y'all, we about to enter in the win the season. But y'all had to fight 39 battles to get there. It's good. And we're going to eat good. We finna have all this. I believe doors over. I believe this is our opportunity. But there's going to be some battles. There's going to be some fights. And you got to make sure you're using discernment and make sure you understand what's going on. And I feel like that's what Solomon is teaching us today. Ask for the blueprint over the bag.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Y'all, we are out of time.
What?
But this is just the beginning of our series of Kingdom Over Everything. Want to leave you with two things for today. Make sure that your priorities reflect heaven's values, right? Also, when you choose your purpose over your position, God will bless you with both. Use Solomon's beginning as a blueprint, and then you just might acquire your bag. Guys, this month we have Field Trip Sunday coming up, and we need your help. We are asking for any and everybody who is listening, who is a part. We need your seed. We need you to help us as we go out on Fifth Sundays. We are not in the sanctuary. We are out in the community.
Come on now.
And we are making our presence known. We're trying to build the kingdom by building God's people. So we need your help. We are going to the laundromat on the 5th Sunday of this month, and we're asking you to help us by sowing a seed. Show up if you want to. We're going to post a flyer here very soon with the address, so you can show up and you can pray and bless somebody on with their laundry day, whatever it is. But if you want to help us by sowing a seed, you can do so by way of Cash App. I Can 365. That stands for Impact Community Action Network. 365 days out of the year. You can also give by way of Givelify. Impact Church DFW, you'll see a picture of myself and my husband. We need your help. We want to make this big. We want to make it grand, right? We want this to impact somebody's life, and we need your help to do so. We want to say thank you for tuning in, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Until next time.
Grace and peace.